Hello, everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode of Bible Schooled. I'm Josh Terry, and today we're going to be looking at how to be a first century Christian in a 21st century world. Now, this is our Wednesday night Bible study that we have here at the Henderson Church of Christ. We do our video here, and then we have a Zoom class following this. Our Zoom class will meet, the junior high will meet at 7 o'clock on Wednesday night, and then the senior high will meet 7:30 on Wednesday night. This is so that we can continue and have discussion in our classes. Now, on Sunday mornings we're meeting and we're talking about the book of Acts. And this last Sunday we discussed Ananias and Sapphira, whose big sin was lying to the Holy Spirit. And so today, in our How to Be a First Century Christian in a 21st Century World topic, I want to talk about lying today. Now, lying is a very interesting topic to discuss, because when you get to thinking about it, a lot of times we lie ourselves, myself included, you included. Think about all the times that you've said, "No, I don't think that was a crazy idea. No, I don't think that was stupid." Or, "No, you don't look that fat in that dress." A lot of times we lie just because maybe we're wanting to make someone feel better, or because we want to make ourselves feel better. What do I mean? A lot of times when we're telling a lie, there are two main reasons. One being fear. Now, fear is interesting because a lot of times we're afraid of the consequences of not doing something. So think about it this way. Your mom says, "Hey, when I come home, we're going to have tacos, but I need you to take out the ground beef today at 9 o'clock while I'm gone to work, or while I'm gone to the store. You take out the ground beef." You forget to take out the ground beef. Your mother pulls in the driveway, you rush to the kitchen, pull out the ground beef, set it on the counter, and you're like, "Whew, I did it." Get back in there, and she comes in, she goes, "Did you just take out this ground beef?" "No, I don't know why it's not unfrozen." See, you don't want to have the consequences of the punishment that's coming afterwards. So we have this fear of consequences. So that's one reason that we lie. Another reason that a lot of people lie is because of desire. We want something. So we either don't want something to happen with fear, or we want something with desire. So think about it this way. This is the first time you're meeting this really cute guy or girl, and they're sitting there and they're talking about their favorite TV show. And you're like, "Oh yeah, I've seen that. I'm a huge fan." Or maybe it's music or whatever. "I'm a huge fan of that." You've never listened to it, you've never heard of it, you've never even seen it. Or maybe you have and you don't like it, or you do, whatever. But you end up lying about it. Or maybe you like something and they don't like it, and you're like, "Oh no, that's dumb. I don't like that show," when you watch it every Saturday. And it's with this idea, this concept of lying, we're wanting that attention. We desire them to like us. We desire them to find us funny or smart. And so we lie about things. So we either lie out of fear or desire. So I want you to think back on your life. What is it that you lie out of most? Fear or desire? Now, we've talked about why we lie, but I want to talk about why we shouldn't lie. Jesus in the Sermon on the Mount says, "Do not swear by anything," and he's not talking about swearing as in cuss words or anything. He's talking about making an oath. How many times have you said, "I promise that this is correct," or "this is right"? But he says, just simply let your yes be yes and your no be no. So that if you say anything that is true, people automatically expect it to be true. So, an example of I promise we will get ice cream. Well, you don't have to promise it. You can just say, yeah, we will get ice cream. And people should be able to take your word as what's going to happen. Now, this is important because a lot of times, whenever we lie, it's a lie of either omission or a lie of extenuating circumstances. Now, these are different. I want you to think about this. You're going somewhere, and your youth minister is like, yeah, we'll stop and get ice cream. Well, whatever reason, you hit a traffic jam, you get things shortened, and your youth minister's like, we're not going to stop and get ice cream. Does that make the first time he said, hey, we're going to stop and get ice cream a lie? No, these are outside circumstances, my opinion. These are outside circumstances that do not dictate a lie. At the time, really thought you were going to get ice cream. Well, now you don't. Now, you can twist this. You can bend it. All my lies are that way. Well, that's not necessarily true. If you're making a lie that's going to benefit you in some way, whether keeping you out of punishment or getting you something that you want, then you're putting yourself first. You're putting you first. And so that's definitely a sinful area there of putting me over everybody else. So these lies are wrong. And we know that Jesus doesn't want us to lie. He wants our yes to be yes and our no to be no. So then, what should we do when we do lie? Well, an interesting solution to this is actually just admitting that you're wrong. A lot of times whenever you lie about something and you stop and you realize there was no reason for me to lie about that, I should confess that I lied and apologize. So imagine this. Your friend's talking about a book. And you're like, oh yeah, I read that. And then you realize later that you haven't actually read it. So then you turn around and you're like, I was wrong. I'm sorry. I didn't actually read that book. That was my bad. And they're going to be astounded. Not always. But occasionally they will be astounded at your honesty and be thankful for it. So I have two questions for us to discuss in our Zoom class. The first one being, what do you find you lying most about? That you saw something or that you did something that looks cool? Or are you lying most about trying to get out of trouble? Whether it be turning in something, having something signed by your parents, whatever. Are you finding yourself lying more at school or at home? And then the second question, how do we keep ourselves from lying? I've got a couple suggestions that I would like for us to try, but I want to hear what you have. What's your idea to keep you from lying? That's all the time we have today. Thank you so much for coming to class, and you just got Bible schooled.